Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, part 3 of the turbo stuff. Now I've got a few jobs to do, so I'm just gonna take on each job at a time, show you sort of probably the befores and afters. It's kind of how I've been doing it all so far and it's worked out alright. So this is what I'm gonna do. First job is gonna be the throttle cable, so I'll show you guys where it is now and then I'll show you where I'm gonna put it, because honestly I don't know where it's going yet. Okay, so here is currently where it sits, and it needs to be over there. The way I've routed it sort of round the wing to the factory bit just inside there, it won't reach. So I'm gonna just unravel it all and then just try and work out and see where I want it to go. So I'm gonna try and keep it as neat as I can, because I still want it to be, the engine bay to look as clean as possible. But obviously we need to get it there, so whatever we can do to make it go there and look alright, then that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull it out now. I've already got the wheel off and that, and it just goes under here. That's where it came, so I'll get it out and we'll see where it goes now. Right, so I've run the throttle cable. I've just gone round here under the throttle body, comes out there, and then I've just gone along there and up to the top. It's nice and out of the way. I know you see a bit there, but honestly at this point I'm not too bothered about looks. I just want it all to be functional and working, so that's one thing done. Next thing I need to do is put this in. This is from the brake booster. There's a hose that comes off there and that goes all the way around the wing to here, so I need to connect that here. I'm just trying to remember which one it actually went to from factory, but I'll find out. Okay, that's my brake booster one done. It didn't actually go there from factory, that was just like a crankcase breather, but as long as it's somewhere on the intake manifold, that's fine, as long as it's got back pressure, which it does. So that's there, and it's all neat and tidy, so that's all sorted. Next thing I'm going to tackle is all the wiring stuff. Now, some of you might have noticed, but I don't have a hole for the wiring loom to go through the bulkhead, because when I had all the throttle body stuff, I made a fancy loom to go all the way around the wing, and then it went in that way, so I blanked that hole. So I'm gonna have to cut a new hole, which is gonna be fun, and then sort all this out. Here goes nothing. And before you say anything, yes, this is a wooden bit, not for cutting metal, but the plate I used is alley, so it's pretty soft. So this is all I've got, so I'm not going to go buy a drill bit just to use it once, so this will have to do. Okay, so this is a bit awkward. Don't really know how this is going to go, but oh well, here we go. That actually went a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna. Holy smokes! Do you like it? Oh yeah, that looks alright. Okay, now let's try and bung that and sort the wiring stuff. Okay, so we're finally in and everything is looking much neater. The next thing I've got to sort out is these two coolant pipes. Obviously the down pipe's going to want to go down that way, so I'm going to have to move that. So what I've done is I've ordered some silicone pipes and I'm going to make it basically go down, across and then up, so it's completely out of the way. And the only thing I'll have to scrap is this valve. This valve basically is your heat gauge, so when it's on it'll be open, when it's closed the valve will be closed, so it'll just be constantly open. So when I don't want hot air, I'll just turn the fans off and I won't get any hot air coming through. So I'm just gonna have to live with that, because it's the best way to get it out of the way for all the stuff, so that's what I'm gonna do. Another thing I need to sort is I may have accidentally broken my oxygen sensor. When I was getting the exhaust off, with it being quite tight to get to under the car, I couldn't really get to the sensor, so I thought, oh, I'll just drop it down. Great idea. And then I did, and it just ripped this these straight off, so I need to resolder those. And the issue is there's two white cables, and I'm guessing short one goes to that, the long one on that side, and the long one on the other side goes to that one. So I'm just gonna double check with a friend of mine who's got the same sensor, just to be sure. So get that sorted. All right, so other than the pipes that I need to do, moving the windscreen washer bottle was pretty much the last job I needed to do. So this is obviously where it's sat. This plug is the one that goes to the main windscreen washers. The blue one, that goes to the rear, but I've already blanked that off. So all I'm gonna do is gonna cut them 3 wires and extend them. And what I've already done is I've put all new washer pipe in, and I've run it all the way over to this side. I'll show you. Yeah, so that's gonna come down here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fit the original one in here. I'm gonna have to like modify it a bit to fit it in that gap, but it's roughly, I'm gonna put it in backwards. I'm gonna put it in like that, somewhere like that. So what I'll do is I'll cut that end piece off there, and then I'll blank that and seal it, and I might do it at the bottom as well. And what I'll do is I'll secure it in there, and then all I'll need to do is just cut a hole here. Further back it'll be up here somewhere, where I can fill it up, just like that side, but there. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna get working on that now, get that sorted, and then yeah, it's just those pipes that I'm waiting to get delivered so I can finish those up, and then it's pretty much ready to take to Luke's then and get all the fun stuff put on. Okay, so I've just got all the wash bottle tank fitted, and yes, it looks like a bodge, and that's because it is, but to be honest, it's not going anywhere. And I've half filled it, and I've just turned it all on. Let me just, and now, I mean, that other nozzle's always been horrific, but it works, so that's all I need. So that's then done. Okay, so my pipes have finally arrived, and I'm just sort of mocking up where they're going now. The bottom one I've done already. That's pretty simple. It's just going to go down the back of there. I mean, there should be enough gap there for the rack because it only slides up and down, so that should be fine. The other one with a valve, I was going to just get rid of it, but I've now decided I'm going to keep it. But I'm going to put it up against the bulkhead like that, and then I'm going to go down the back and round and under so it's out of the way. So that's the plan. I think it's going to go on that way actually. Yeah, because I do want my heating to work hot and cold. So I've got a couple of little bolts. I've just worked out what size they are. They're an M6x1. So I've got my tap and die set. So I'm going to drill the holes, then I'm going to tap it, and then fit the valve, and then the rest of it should be fairly easy to just plumb up and get done. So I'm going to crack on with that now. Alright, so the coolant pipe's pretty much done now. I've like cable tied the joints together for now, but I'm going to get proper jubilees and secure them properly. But I've mounted the valve on there, and I put a little bracket there just to keep it away from the rack, and then they just go nice and neat underneath. I've got the new oxygen sensor. Well, it's not new, it's a second-hand one, but it's one that's not broken like mine. So that's it. We're pretty much ready to go. So that valve, I'll show you while I'm here. So the heating is currently on warm, so if I turn it to cold, that valve will start moving. See how it's pulling it back in? So when it's cold, obviously it closes the valve to stop the hot water going through, and then if you just whack it back to hot, then it opens it up again. That's not the quickest of valves, but it does the job. So that's all sorted. So I'm glad I've kept that. I just had to fiddle around with it to get it all put in right, but it's all going to be out of the way now, so when all the turbo stuff's here, and then all the exhaust and that can go down there without having anything in the way. And I mean, these old red pipes they got pretty horrible. So yeah, we're ready to get the turbo and stuff put on now. Here it is, the turbo. It's a Pulsar G25 550. I don't know what any of that means, but that's what it is. And this is the one that Luke recommended me to get, and he knows a lot more about this stuff than I do. So this is the one I've gone for. So yeah, next video is going to be me at Luke's house. That's where all his workshop stuff is. So he'll be doing all the fabrication work, and I'll just be giving him a hand and doing a bit of recording throughout the process and stuff. So until next time, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you in part 4 when this thing will be strapped on and making some spinny noises.